Ed here with Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys an update on my experience with the Dell Streak 7. Now, in my initial impressions video, I pretty much just gave you guys a rundown of what the Dell Streak 7 had to offer. Again, just a quick summary. It's priced at $450 off contract through T-Mobile, $200 with a 2-year agreement, and it is a Tegra 2 based tablet with 16 gigs of internal storage, an SD card slot. It's got 4G capability. It is something where you can go month to month with that 4G. Furthermore, it's got GPS, it's got Wi-Fi B, G, and N support, and of course Bluetooth. And it's just really fast, 512 megs of RAM. I've been really impressed with this device. So what are the main problems? I've told you guys all really good things. Do enjoy the physical build and design. The backlit Android buttons here on the right side are great. Do wish there was a search button, which Dell didn't have on the Streak 5. I understand because of the size of the bezel, but here clearly there was enough room to add that button, so I'm not sure why they didn't. But overall, the construction, the quality of the feel of this device is right up there with the Galaxy Tab in my opinion. The screen quality is right below, and again, that's the biggest gripe. Screen quality, 800 by 480 resolution. Everybody's been complaining about that. The sensitivity of the screen is absolutely perfect. I do find that the screen is brighter. Colors are a little bit more vivid than what I see out of other value tablets, and I am going to put this device in the value tablet category because even though it's $450 off contract, and some people will say, well, I can get an iPad or other tablet for $500 like the Galaxy Tab. This device hands down outperforms both of those. So again, the screen difference is going to be a matter of personal user preference, what you're looking for. While I want to tell you that this is a great 7-inch mobile device, the battery life unfortunately prevents it from being that. Right now you're looking at 3 to 4 hours of battery life depending on how much you press the device, how you're using it. It does tend to navigate to mobile sites rather than the desktop experience. I'm not sure why. I haven't seen anything in settings to correct that on the stock browser. Of course, you can use a third-party browser. This device does have Marketplace out of the box, so that's a really good thing. Something that I think most users do want, especially at a $450 price point. But back to why this is such a good value at $450. Beyond its processing performance, we know the two weaknesses of the device I just discussed. Screen resolution, not great, but to me, beyond adequate, in fact, enjoyable to use. No real complaints about it, other than, viewing angles occasionally if I have it laying down on the bed or the couch. If it's not right under my head, things get washed out, you lose color. But I think if you guys get this in your hands, you won't be disappointed by what you see. So screen resolution aside, battery life, I've told you, 3 to 4 hours. This isn't going to even make it on a plane ride for me to Florida. So that's a pretty bad thing. But if you take into account that for $450 you're getting the fastest tablet right now, even though this Tegra 2 is downclocked to 800 megahertz, the fastest polished tablet experience from a major manufacturer to date for $450 that has, as I mentioned before, Wi-Fi B, G, and N, 3G and 4G support. It also has GPS, which locks almost instantaneously. I'm not going to test it for you guys now, but even though I am indoors, it has been locking within seconds. This device performs really well. Let's just hope that Honeycomb, when it does roll out, will enhance the battery life. Forget that the entire experience is going to change on this device, because right now we are just running Froyo, an OS optimized for smartphones rather than actual tablets. Beyond that, I've told you guys, this thing has all of the hardware and design and build quality and ergonomics to make it a fantastic tablet. Really like that they went with the front-facing webcam centered rather than to the right or left side like many other tablets. Again, some will argue that has to do with whether this was designed to be used in portrait or landscape. I think this tablet works really well in both portrait and landscape. Swipe, don't really care that that came included Not a big fan of it, but it works well. Really like the haptic feedback. The vibration is strong on the unit, so that's good. You really do know that you've registered that press. I don't know that you guys actually can hear that when I type, but really works well. As far as web browsing performance, let me just show you some other sites, just so you see. It really is a powerful device. I mean, even if this is underclocked to 800 megahertz, you know, the Elocity A7 does outperform it, but the screen sensitivity and overall quality of build do justify taking the leap, in my opinion, and spending the extra $150, depending, you know, if you have that extra $150 to spend. If you don't, then by all means, you know, stick with the Elocity A7. In fact, the Elocity A7 out benchmarks all of these devices right now on quadrant scores right now with Dexter's ROM. You're looking at around 22 to 2400. This device is doing 1900 stock. If you don't know what these numbers mean, the higher numbers are better in terms of performance. A lot of people can argue that those performance numbers are skewed and really aren't indicative of anything anymore, since these are dual core you know, tablets, and those are only testing for a single core. There's even more to argue. Not going to get into that, but the point is, really polished, well-made device for $450 offers more than any other tablet out there right now. And as far as I can see, every Tegra 2 based tablet that's about to come out, whether it's the Motorola Zoom priced at $800, even though it is a 10-inch tablet with 32 gigs of storage, you know, it is a beefier product, but keep in mind, $800, and you have to also pay for 1 month of data, which I believe the least expensive package is either $20 or $30 that you can take with that device, but I don't think there's an official number on that yet. We'll see. But the point is, after tax and everything, you'll be spending $900 on a tablet that has the same processor that this device and the Elocity A7 has. And you know, despite all of the bells and whistles, and of course Honeycomb, which will come to this device, I'm sure, you have to wonder what you're doing there in terms of, and it's not even a matter of whether or not you have the means to afford it, it's a matter of whether or not it's practical and actually you know, worth what it delivers at its price, in my opinion. Again, I think I'll be reviewing the Zoom as soon as it comes out. I think it's going to be a great device, but I think since 90% of what people do on these tablets is predominantly browsing the web, I don't think that that is going to fundamentally change much more than, you know, obviously becoming a faster, more intuitive experience. But right now, Froyo with a Tegra 2 really is a great experience. I don't think there's anything better out there right now. Also want to show you guys a lot of complaints people have had about Stage UI. I don't really have any. You know, again, I really think that this tablet's just waiting for Honeycomb to drop, and as soon as it does, Stage UI will be irrelevant. Not sure whether or not Dell will try to integrate it. I think if they're smart, they'll stay away from it and realize that users are really happy with what Google generally offers stock. If Dell really wants to make it their own, Stage UI can evolve. I do think it has a nice feel, you know, in terms of giving you your favorite places on the web, your recent apps and weather widget, you know, your social feed, you know, music. All of those things are good. So it does put a fresh look on it, but I do wonder what it does to battery life. Again, only 3 to 4 hours of battery life here, and I do wonder how much of an effect that Stage UI has on that. Do enjoy these Android backlit buttons. They are great. Again, told you guys, center webcam is good. Has been working with Skype, so that's definitely a good thing. Rear webcam has had pretty decent performance. The flash is pretty much a joke, but the video performance, that 720p capture, is not quite as good as my Droid X, but it's up there, so that's impressive for a tablet. So again, keep in mind, while this may seem a little bit of an odd choice in terms of Dell going with the low screen res and limited battery life, what you're getting for $450 is pretty much a steal in comparison to both what Motorola and LG will be offering later this month and year, since those tablets are both going to probably be between, as we know, I just mentioned 900, and the LG, I'll guess, will be 500 to 600 off contract. So Just wanted to make you guys aware of where the Dell Streak 7 stands as of right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.